I love Paul, who says, I remember girls getting in trouble for their short skirts. What killjoys. 19 minutes past 8 here on Breakfast with Trish. Now, a petition against the screening of a childcare programme on Channel 4 tonight has passed 24,000 names. Train Your Child Like a Dog sees the dog trainer use techniques she uses to bring canines under control on children, including an 18-month-old who has screaming fits because she won't sleep in her own cot.
Whoa! Hey, one more time, you're going to go and sit on the steps.
Top British dog trainer Joe Rosie is coming to the aid of desperate parents with a controversial approach to parenting.
I'm putting my neck on the line, but I believe in the concept. I believe that this will work.
It is almost like giving a dog the treats.
Using dog training techniques.
Good boy. You have to say it a little less like he is a dog.
On kids.
Whether or not I'm working with a dog or a child, they all want to be good boys.
Are you ready? Sit! But can you really train your baby like a dog? Tuesday at 8 on Channel 4.
Well, the petition's been organised by the group Autistic Inclusive Meets, who say the techniques used, so-called clicker training, can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder in adulthood. Well, let's speak to Emma Dalmayne, who is the Chief Executive of Autistic Inclusive Meets. Morning, Emma.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks for asking. What's your objection to the show?
Well, there's many. I don't even know where to start. I mean, dog trainer goes in to teach parents how to look after their kids. Dog trainer goes in to... No. It's manipulation. Clicker training is manipulation. It's ignoring so-called bad behaviour to reinforce obedient behaviour.
Okay.
So if a child is trying to communicate distress, we don't know why that baby doesn't want to go in her cot. She's got a reason. But, you know, let's manipulate her around and use a clicker to reinforce what they want her to do.
Okay, well, that's one technique that this dog trainer uses. But to be fair, Emma, you know, the naughty step back in, I think, the sort of 2015, I remember watching the Super Nanny put children on a step and say, sit there and don't move. It could be argued that all techniques are questionable.
Right, the naughty step, I've never called it that. I've always called it removing a child from a situation and letting them calm down.
I know, but what I'm saying is that programme and those sort of programmes where the naughty step or banishing them to a corner,
well, that's not right, is it?
Absolutely, but these are techniques that these nannies and child experts say works.
Yeah, and they do. They break the child and teach them, that all so-called bad behaviour will be ignored.
So what's so bad about this dog training that sort of, has ruffled your boat, so to speak?
Well, as you probably know or don't know, I'm autistic myself. I have autistic kids and I interact with the autistic community daily, children, teens and adults. I've spoken to adults and teens who have gone through clicker training. Clicker training isn't new. This has been around for years in the autistic community. It's called Tag Teach, and it's part of applied behavioural analysis, which was invented by B.F. Skinner. Sort of like Pavlov's dog, you manipulate the person, break them down and use rewards so that they comply to your behaviour.
And you say this leads to real significant practices as they become older. It affects them in adulthood, yes?
Yes, it does. If you are taught as a child that all your feelings, your emotions, your worries are insignificant if they negatively affect the adult in front of you, and if you withhold them, you are given a reward, do you not think that that's setting them up for grooming later in life?
Well, do you think you should wait, Emma, until the show is aired before making up your mind about the show?
She uses the clicker twice in the show. I know that for a fact. A reporter friend of mine has been forwarded the show. So she uses it twice, and that's enough for me.
Okay. Well, the show's due to air at 8 o'clock tonight. Channel 4 aren't going to pull it, despite
No, they're not.
Your
I'm
petitions.
calling for a boycott anyway.
Okay, so you're calling for people
There's
not to watch it.
25,000. Yeah, 25,000 have signed that petition now.
Okay. some people might argue, Emma, this is great publicity for the programme. The people who weren't going to watch it will watch it now.
Yeah, I have had that said to me, but the thing is we can either turn a blind eye and pretend it's not happening or confront it. And the thing is with Tag Teach, which is aimed at the autistic community, it's to teach a child to mimic neurotypical behaviour, which is those that are not autistic. So they're now trying to bring it to the mainstream, where they'll be training children simply to be obedient. It's not even about mimicking neurotypical behaviour and complying to fit into society. They're now wanting neurotypical children to comply like this as well. That's very worrying.
Emma, how should we deal and how should we teach and train, for want of a better word, autistic children?
You shouldn't train them at all. You find out what is triggering certain behaviours and you accommodate it. So if you've got a child that's screaming on the floor in the supermarket, you can pretty much bet that it's probably going to be frustration, too many people, too much sound, too many different sounds. So you've got the tills, the announcements, children crying, the smell of fruits, the hum of the freezers, bright lights. You make accommodations and you find out what it is and you make allowances.
But Emma, you can't... I understand this, but, you're saying that the parents should just leave them screaming on the floor.
No, not at all.
So
I think that they should use ear defenders to help with the noise, not take them shopping at busy times, sunglasses if the light's too bright. There's loads of things, loads of accommodations that you can put in place, you see.
Okay. If people want to know more, Emma, have you got a website that people can go to if they have, questions and queries about this?
Yeah. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've got our website is www.autisticInclusivemeets.com. I've also written 2 books on autism that have been published, not self-published, published.
Okay, well, Emma...
it's an autism thing. I'll help you understand it on Staff Publications.
Thank you very much indeed, Emma Dalmayne, the Chief Executive of Autistic Inclusive Meets. We did ask Channel 4 for a statement. They say the programme explores a new approach to childcare grounded in positive, science-based motivational techniques that are used widely by parenting coaches and animal behaviour experts. Throughout filming and broadcast, the welfare of all contributors in the programme is of paramount importance, and the process is supervised by qualified child psychologists. I must say, quite a lot of the papers this morning, it is pick of the day, that programme, Train Your Child Like a Dog. 27 minutes past 8, breakfast with